Hey friends, I wanted to have a discussion with you guys because by now, most people know that Markiplier is making a full movie on the indie horror game Iron Lung. And that sounds like a complete fantasy, but it's real. In the time since we've seen the teaser trailer, we've learned a few details about the film. We know that Markiplier is directing in it, starring in it. We know that the original developer of Iron Lung, David Szymanski, is a part of the project. And we know that the movie is going to be targeting theaters. But Iron Lung is a game that takes place in a submarine that's smaller than my bathroom. How is that going to work for a full horror movie? For starters, I think there's a lot of lore in this game that could really be expanded on in a full feature-length movie. If you're not familiar with Iron Lung, there's something called the Quiet Rapture that really begins the events of the game. Basically, all of the planets that we consider habitable in the future are gone one day, including all the stars that we know in the universe just vanished. And the only thing that humans have left are the various space stations that we've sent out before this happened, and the various moons that pop up with the blood oceans. You know, the blood oceans of human blood, one of which the game itself takes place in. I think the movie is a good opportunity to possibly expand on what the Quiet Rapture actually was. Maybe why did it even happen in the first place? And there are certain objects within the blood oceans like the void that could explain that, but the movie could really expand upon all those things and, bring it up from just a fan theory. Because a lot of the lore that we have in Iron Lung right now is just fan theories that are passed around, and that's cool. It opens up discussion. I like that. It's fun. But the movie really has an opportunity here to reveal to us what really happened. Now, I do want to stress, as cool as I think these things are, I don't want this to be the brunt of the film. The essence of Iron Lung is that you are one person, completely alone, trapped in a very claustrophobic environment. And you basically can't see any of the outside world. And while that doesn't sound like an interesting premise for a film at first, I think they could do so much with it. I think in order to make this movie as scary and as captivating as possible, make 90% of the film Markiplier in that submarine. This should be a slow burn horror where things start bad and gradually get worse. As each black and white picture of the outside world is taken, Markiplier could start to lose his sanity. Maybe he notices parts of the ship breaking. And I think this gradual build up to the idea that, oh man, he's not alone, I think that could be so cool here. A lot of people really love Iron Lung for the discussions, the fan theories, talking about what the actual lore of this game could be. But I really feel that while they could still have that a little bit, the movie itself should focus on the core tenets that make the game so great. Focus on that sense of being alone, that quiet stillness of the submarine just sitting in the blood ocean. The movie itself should really be a deep dive into the psyche of the main character as they slowly start to lose it. First, they would learn they're not alone, and then they would learn that this mission was never supposed to be one they got out of alive. The sense of loneliness and the breakdown of the character's psyche should be the absolute focus of the film. I'm convinced of it. Iron Lung is one of the absolute most loneliest games I've ever played. It's such an atmospheric powerhouse. But what we didn't get to see is the mentality of the main character as they were going through these terrifying events. Since we were playing as the main character, the game made us feel that way. And Markiplier's character that he's playing in the movie could express those emotions that we were feeling while playing the game. And I think that if they stay true to those core tenets of what made the gameplay and the atmosphere of the game so amazing, we could be in for something really special here. And I can't understate how important this is for indie horror. This is massive. David Szymanski didn't even plan on this game blowing up the way it did. And now it's getting a movie starring one of the most popular YouTubers ever? This is insane. It's like magic. And as an indie horror fan myself, I'm just so excited about all this and what the future holds. We really are in the golden era. There's so much good horror content coming out from so many developers, and the content creators are elevating that content more and more. When I originally posted the news about this movie getting announced on TikTok, I got a lot of comments that were like, man, I just don't see this working at all. And on one hand, I get that. But is there not a small part of you that's intrigued and captivated by the prospect of something like this? this is absolutely unheard of. Sure, we're getting a Five Nights at Freddy's film later in the year, but that's only after the franchise has become a mega hit. Iron Lung is still an indie horror game that is mostly known by people in the community already. I don't know, guys. I'm betting on this one being a classic. Of course, I would love to hear your opinions, though. Are you excited for the movie? Do you think it's going to be good? Do you think that they're going to stay true to the core tenets of the game? Or do you think that most of the movie is going to be like lore explanations and stuff like that? Let me know what you think about the movie, and let me know what you think about these kind of discussion videos moving forward. Thanks, guys. I love you very much. Please stay safe, and I will talk to you in the next video.